Hey Chris, I know you can't see me, but it's just me doing the video, so I wanted to somehow get the focus of what I'm showing you right here. So anyway, we did the Danco Easy Connect, and if you read all the reviews, it has more bad reviews than good ones, but it was a good 10-year run. But the thing is, this part of the drain is killer. I mean, there were never any problems with that. The stopper comes out, there's nothing in it. It's got a quarter turn release. It's stoppage proof. This was all the problems and was kind of an afterthought. So what we want to do is, for lack of better words, we're going to call it a tit or a nipple, but that little piece that goes in there, it barely goes in and it raises the stoppage. And that's why that's why it's stoppage proof. So what we're going to do is, instead of the ball pivoting, this part right here that goes in and raises the stopper is just going to go into a standard drain like this and get just inside it like this one, but we're just going to take it up and down the 1/2 inch instead of a pivot rod. So how we'll do that is what's fun. Obviously, if you looked at some of the drains I did 20 years ago, you'll notice that the ramp drain had a cable, right? So that's 3 feet of cable. So the pivot rod, the pop-up rod works like that, but you'll notice how well the cable moves. Okay, so you can just imagine that being the rod. The thing is, we've got the drawings. We know how that attaches to like a faucet deck flange. Like every faucet, especially the common 4-inch center sets, they've all got deck flanges. So what we want to do is take the faucet manufacturers like Moen and Delta and Kohler and Gerber and take their center set, take their deck flange and reprint it. So our cable will attach. So then all they do is they when they set the deck plate down, it comes with either the pump or the cable harness, which is just plastic. So it's going to move down here. And then what's going to go right here, it looks something like this. And it'll attach like that, but it's decorative. So you'll have, like, for instance, this is like 3 or 4 feet of pump hose. And you'll notice it's just a toy pump. But if you watch, that's got a lot of pressure, but we've already created the pump housing. Larry found the file. So a lot of the work that we're talking about that would normally need to be done to do what we're trying to do, we've already done it. So we've got how we attach the cable to the deck plate, how we attach the pump to the deck plate. And then the fun part that we want to get back to Danco is I don't want Danco having all of the patent. I want to file the provisional where it's cable activated. So it'll sit like that. And what Larry, I'm going to call this a actuator, but really it's just got something very similar to this inside. And you'll be able to feed it with pump tubing or the cable or a rod. And I gotta talk to Larry because I think I want to just take the actuator and go up and down right here. So we never really have to get inside. The actuator can be consistent for all 3 versions. I'm probably making it sound more complicated than it is, but it's just not complicated. It's gonna be aesthetic, it's gonna look good because that's gonna be the drain. So the whole pivot rod and all that goes away. So you'll either come right here and attach the top of this thing with tubing, or you'll attach it with the cable, or you'll attach it with, there'll be a rod that comes out like that, just perpendicular and horizontal, and then the pop-up rod now just comes down and it threads into a series of holes going horizontal. So every 1/4 inch you got a thread, and then a stabilizing hole above it. So the thing comes out and looks like a fork. It needs to, because you need to like stabilize this portion of it. And then the rod comes down, but again, the part's gonna move like this instead of like that. So So really the patent is right here. And then we get the same benefit that we have in the Danco Easy Connect that everybody liked, except we're not going to pivot it. We're just going to move it up and down. So if that way, I'm just concerned that Danco they'll start giving us half, if we come back and put it back on the shelf with the pivot rod in there. And this way I can take pneumatic and go back to Delta. They were really interested a long time ago, but I put, I had the pop-up full of pneumatic assembly. I had a bellows, I had an elbow. That's what they didn't like, but they loved the pump part. So 20 years later, I can go back to Charlie McTarget, and who's now, I don't know if he's retired, but if he is, he's going to tell me who's in charge of innovation now. But go back and give them something that's really nice. It's the pump that they liked with an actuator. They just click the tubing on, and that's what it'll look like with tubing attached. And then take the cable one, take it to Kohler, this one, because they saw the ramp drain and liked it, but they didn't like the part of the ramp mechanism, the ramp going inside, but they liked the idea of the cable being on their deck faucet. So now, again, we go right back to Kohler with this part, with the cable attaching. And then I want to take back to Danco, just the mechanical version of the very same thing. So I want to file one provisional, do air, do cable, do mechanical, and it's just that one simple part. So the internal part of this is already done because Larry did it for Danco. The stopper won't even change. It's just it'll connect the same way. The other part, like I said, the pump and the cable, how it attaches to a deck plate, it's already been designed. The pump's been designed. The cable apparatus for the deck plate's been designed. The only thing that he'll be doing is this actuator. And hopefully he can make one where all three of those can fit, where the cable can attach on one, pneumatic can attach to the other, and then there's a harness that would slide up and down on this part, like this, right off like that, and connect to the pop-up rod. Anyway, I wish it was more complicated, but it's really simple. I just we've been finding the files to do it, and I wish, that's it, buddy. And where I'm at, I got, it's just personal stuff. So I've been dealing with prostate cancer for about 2.5 years, but I got it in recession and then it creeps back. So now now I'm on the whole welfare thing, Medi-Cal. So the most I can make is $1,300 a month. So I think I told you 15, but I can't even make that much. So that's what I'd like to get from you. It's just, as we work on this, just pay me that much a month. And then pay Larry for the design work and the parts, right? He's got a printer on his desk. So most of this stuff we used to have to wait months to get, and through stereolithography or whatever. And today, he could just print the parts and I get them the next day. For instance, like these deck plates, we'd have to do like half a dozen deck plates for, 4 different faucet companies. Now we just print them off his printer, but he'd want the money for the plastic to print. And I'm just stuck in a situation right now where Larry did so much work on the Jackpot closet flange that I have a hard time seeing him and asking him to do this. So I just said, I'm going to just go right back to Chris, because we did it with Danco, and now they've sent me non-disclosure agreement because I told them I didn't have the money to file. And then I said, I should just do this with you because you know Larry and how good he is. And you understand, I know you get this. This is just going to be the easiest thing we've done. We're just taking the best of everything and combining it where it meets in the middle with just an actuator like that. That's it. So we can do it like 6-month increments and just commit every 6 months. And if you don't like it, just jump out. But everything you've done with us, and the other thing, like with the tear out coupling and the tool for the extraction tool and the Danco thing, I feel bad, but Larry never got anything out of all that. So, and it's not your fault, it's mine. I kept selling you the tear out patents to do another patent, and I gave up the rights to the extraction tool to get another patent paid for, which was the nipple plate patent, and then the Danco thing, Larray wound up getting Larry's patent, so it all kind of stinks. But he's always just come through and done everything. So this time, I just want to do it where we just split it in thirds. So if we license it, we get a third. We get royalties from Danco, we get a third. If we license it to Delta Kohler or Moen, we just split it up. So it's just the three of us, split three ways. The good thing for you is you kind of get on the tail end where you pay some money now, but a ton of money got spent modeling the Danco drain that Larry did. And I know you paid some of the bills that Larry was doing later on in the development. So it's none of this is on you. This is all on me. But and then all the design for the pneumatics been done. All the design for the cables already been done. So really, it's not going to take Larry very long to do this. So I'll be able to like get parts out in a month or 6 weeks. Everything I'm talking about, it'll be done, you know. But I just need to continue to get paid to get by. So anyway, but I have another one I want to show you that has more to do with a rubber part and Mission Rubber, and I'll include it later, but I don't want to bring that to you and Larry right now. I just want to focus on this, and we'll do the other one later. I'll show you later. I just want you looking at this right now. Anyway, I hope that all makes sense. If you've got any questions, you can call me or email me. I just wanted you to get this. Okay? Thanks, buddy.